Lieutenant Charles Hampton, HAMPTON, Homicide Commander. On January 10th, 2017, we responded to 50 Upper Alabama to the homicide of Miss Misha Moore. What we determined is that Misha Moore was shot at least 2 times. And we're here today to release a video. We have an individual, a person of interest that we need help identifying. What we do know for sure is that the individual that we're showing in the video was last seen with Misha. We can't confirm whether or not he committed the homicide, but we know that it appears that he was the last person that probably was with her that we can determine on the video. So we're asking anyone that can recognize this individual to give Homicide Unit a call, or Crime Stoppers, where you can remain anonymous. But again, it's very important that we get some information on this gentleman to forward our investigation. Any nicknames, anything, again, to help us go forward with this murder investigation.
Can you tell us more about Misha Moore, how old she is, what city?
Misha Moore was 26 years of age. We've been told that she recently moved to Georgia from New York, probably about 2 months ago. And really, that's all we know at this point. The lead investigator is in contact with the family. But again, today, we just really need help getting this gentleman identified.
Any idea what brought her to Underground?
Right now, we're not sure. We're not sure if this is just an area that she frequent. You know, it's just hard to, obviously, this was our first encounter with her, but so that's why we need some additional information. Again, we just told that she had just recently moved to Georgia. So again, we don't have a whole lot of information about her.
Tell us about this video. Where was this taken? Was it before or after the...
This video was taken before the homicide. It's inside a store near 5 Points. The gentleman goes inside the store, and what we do know, there's also video outside the store with him walking with Misha. So again, that's why we need help getting him identified. And any information would be extremely helpful for the lead detective in this case.
Seems like somebody might recognize him because of the hard hat, you know, when it has some stickers on it. Maybe somebody's probably seen that, huh?
Yes, I mean, we know that there's construction going on with the new stadium. So we're hoping that someone can recognize him. Not sure if he is a worker, but we are hopeful that, again, with this picture and this video, that we'll get some information on his identity.
Is there video of them walking towards that stairwell at any?
The only video we're focusing on right now is the video here, again, to help us further our investigation.
Is this video from Wednesday?
Yes, that is correct.
You know about what time?
I'll get to you. Let me just check. I think it's around sometime maybe before 7 p.m. I just have I'm a little unsure because I don't know if their time stamp coincides with actual time. So that's why I'm a little reluctant to give out a specific time. Their time stamp says around 6:30ish p.m. But again, I have to verify that.
And what time did the murder happen?
We got called a little after 8 p.m. So I believe it was still daylight when this video was taken, and it was dark, obviously, when we located her. So I'm not really sure how long she was in the stairwell.
So this would have been 6:30ish on Tuesday? Because didn't the murder happen, I thought the murder happened Tuesday.
The 10th, what day is the 10th?
Was it a Tuesday? I think it was a Wednesday. Like Wednesday morning, right? So that'd be
No, it was the
the
day.
Tuesday.
Mark.
Tuesday.
Mark. All right, so Tuesday.
Tuesday.
The homicide happened on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. And again, this video is the same day, just earlier in the day, probably, again, a couple hours before we located her body.
can you tell from those pictures what his hairstyle is under there, or is it short, or is he?
I can't tell. Like I said, what sticks out is, again, is the hard hat, the blue jacket, we know he had like some type of construction boots on, a long blue jacket. There's a book bag that he's also wearing. You can see a little bit on the side here.
And you think he could be a construction worker?
It's possible. Again, just by the attire, I'm making that assumption that it appears that he's maybe a construction worker. Yes.
She was with him at this point?
Yes, she was outside the store waiting on him. Yes.
How important is it to get help from the community?
It's extremely important. Again, with mostly all our cases, it's the assistance of the public, calling into Crime Stoppers. That's what helps us further our investigation. So again, this is why we're here. Again, I can't stress enough, just any name, any nickname that you may have of this individual would be extremely helpful. And again, you can remain anonymous by calling Crime Stoppers, or you can call the homicide unit.
Any idea where she lived? Do you been able to figure out she downtown?
I do not have that information.
Lieutenant, earlier there was some speculation that she might have been stabbed, but you're saying she was shot?
She was shot. Initially, the night of the incident, I talked about a injury to her neck. Again, after the autopsy was completed, it was determined that she was shot.
And did anybody hear the gunfire?
That's why we're here. So right now, we haven't received any information about hearing gunfire or anything like that. The location of where she was found was kind of, again, is below street level. Again, it was kind of, I'm not sure, again, the time frame. And we know it's probably anywhere from between 6 o'clock and then when we got the call around a little after 8 o'clock. So we're hoping that if any students from Georgia State were walking around, anyone that may have saw Misha and this gentleman walking together, overheard some type of conversation, anything, to call Crime Stoppers.
Are you putting out bolos at the university since it's only like 2 blocks away?
We're sharing, and like I said, but we're just getting the video, we just edited it, so we will share with our partners in the downtown area, yes.
Who made the initial call about, was there a 911 call?
There was a 911, I believe it may have been some security from the underground.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
everybody.
Shot multiple times?
Yes.